Hey there, we are looking at a NP Arnold Ferret Tractor with a Kohler K-482 engine. This unit sat for at least 16, probably 20 years, and it took a little bit to get it running, and I just thought I'd go over what had to be done in order to get this thing running. You'll see in here there is a fuel bowl, or separation bowl, glass bowl. I suspect that it's Carter brand, but it doesn't have any markings. What we found was that all that's sitting with the gas in it, the gas just ate every piece of rubber inside this engine. There is a seal, a kind of a flat washer, a big rubber washer, that mates the glass bowl to the frame of the separator there, and the rubber on that gasket had expanded so much it came out, and there is a, you really can't see it because they painted over it, but there's a kind of a pumice stone in there that acts as the fuel filter, and the fuel comes out along the outside of the stone, goes through the bowl, gets sucked through it and out the inside. Well, that rubber gasket had swelled so much it sealed to the stone and kept fuel from getting in. So the first challenge was to find a new gasket, and couldn't find anything locally here. But our local auto parts store had big, huge rubber O-rings that were the right diameter, but they were also about a 1/4 inch tall. So I took it to a belt sander and sanded off all the rubber until I basically created a flat gasket, and that worked great. So with that solved, I could get fuel up into the bowl, but it still didn't work. And looking down in here, probably not going to be able to see it, there's a fuel pump. Works off a globe on the camshaft that triggers it, and found that the poppet valves inside that were all eaten up. So was lucky enough to find on eBay the new, quote-unquote, new version. The original fuel pumps were all metal, and they superseded that with a plastic version, and the original plastic version had threads in it so you could put these fittings in and then use the copper tube like you see. The newer version they're selling today does not have threads in it and assumes that you're using rubber fuel line. But I was lucky to find one on eBay and put that in, which got me fuel pumping. Cranked to the engine, got fuel pumping. It fired for ran for 15 seconds and died because it had flooded out. Inside the carburetor, which again is hiding down under there and stuff you can't see, there is a rubber tip on the float valve. And that rubber tip had completely eaten away and it wasn't sealing, so I had to get a little carb rebuild kit, which is new O-rings and a new seat and a new valve tip. And with all that done, got the engine working. I guess I should mention this engine's serial number starts with the letter E, which, according to what little information is out there, puts it in the first half of 1969. Engines built before the first half of 1969 had a letter code, E meaning 1969, then D was a 1968, etc. Somewhere midway through 69 they decided to change to a number system, and after that it's either the first 2 or the first 3 digits of the serial number that tell you what year the engine was made. We don't know what year the tractor itself is, because it's very possible the company bought a pile of engines and just put them in as they built them. But I hope that tells you a little about the K-482. Thanks for watching.